All right, when you see problems on a test that have one of these three key words or phrases in it, bivariate, bi stands for two, variate stands for variables, so it means two different variables, so like it's just more than one stat that you're trying to show. Like normally, if you just had some data about cars, you could put it on a regular graph and chart it with a line like we've been doing all year. But now you got cars and trucks. It's hard to put that on the same graph. So a lot of times they'll put it in this form, which is called a two-way table. So you got more than one thing. It's in a two-way table. And then relative frequency, that's just a fancy word for percentages. And they'll ask you questions like, what is the percentage of red cars? But instead of saying the percentage, they might say the words relative frequency. So any of these three things you see in a problem, you're probably going to see a two-way table like this, and you're going to have to solve the type of problem in the way that I'm about to show you after I turn the heat off, because it's not wintertime anymore. All right. The data will be given to you. So you've got cars that are either red or blue, 6 red cars. It's kind of like reading a times table. 8 blue cars, and then trucks, 2 blue trucks and 4 blue trucks. And then you've got totals. So it'll show the total of red vehicles, the total of blue vehicles. That'll be here and here. So you've got 8 red and 12 blue. And then it'll show the total of cars going this way. 14 cars, 6 trucks. And then your two totals will add up to right here. Now, a lot of people want to put 40 here. They want to say, well, there's 20 vehicles here and there's 20 colors, so that's 40 total. No, it's just 20. You only add up one row or column at a time. So there's 20 vehicles total. Of those 20 vehicles, 14 of them are cars, 6 of them are trucks. Also, of those 20, 8 of them are red and 12 of them are blue. There's not all of a sudden 40 vehicles here. If you add up these 4 numbers right there, that adds up to 20. So this is the total of everything, and then these are the totals of the individual categories. Now, in a problem like this, they're always going to ask you the relative frequency or the percentage of something. Of is the key word here, of. This is the trick to solve these problems. You look for what comes after of. Why are you doing that? Because we're trying to make a fraction. We need a number in the denominator and we need a number in the numerator. We need 2 numbers here. And the of, whatever comes after the of, goes in the denominator. So if I say, what is the percentage of red cars, of red vehicles, how do I spell vehicles? Vehicles that are, I shouldn't say red. What are the percentage of vehicles that are red? So that's a typical type of question you might have. What are the percentage of vehicles that are red? So what comes after of? What percentage of vehicles? So of vehicles. Vehicles means trucks and cars. So it means everything. So what percentage of vehicles, how many vehicles are there? There's 20. So 20 is going to be in our denominator. Of those 20, how many of them are red? 8 of them. 8 of them are red. So it's 8 out of 20. And you would turn that into a percentage and say that's 40%. Remember, to turn a fraction into a percentage, you divide the denominator into the numerator. All right, let me give you another example here. What percentage of trucks are blue? All right, what percentage of trucks? So trucks, you look for 6. There's 6 trucks, so that's going to go in the bottom. All these problems, one of these numbers right here is going to be your denominator. The totals go in the denominator, but the common mistake on this is people always want to use 20 for the denominator, and it's not always 20. They're not always talking about all the vehicles. Sometimes they're only talking about the trucks. So what percentage of trucks? Well, there's 6 trucks are blue. of those 6 trucks, 4 of them are blue. So it's 4 out of 6, which is 2/3, which is about 66%. You see how this works? All right, what percentage of red vehicles are cars? Okay, what percentage of red vehicles? So red vehicles, that would be this column. There's 8 red vehicles. Of those 8 red vehicles, how many are cars? 6 of them. So that's 3/4. That'd be like 75% would be the answer to that one. And that's how you do these problems. You look for what comes after of, and that total is your denominator. So if it says of blue vehicles, 12 would be your denominator. If it says of cars, what percentage of cars, then 14 would be your denominator. And if it says what percentage of all of it, of all the vehicles or of the total population, then it's the number in the corner. All right, so one of these total numbers is your denominator, and then you just have to read what are they asking for. That's your numerator, and then you turn that into a percentage. That's the relative frequency. You're done. That's two-way tables in a nutshell.